Are you scared of cooking a whole fish? Well, you shouldn't be, because it's easy and tasty.
This recipe is a really healthy one that we're going to cook in layers. It's using our whole sea bream, which we're going to put on a bed of all sorts of Asian flavours, some pak choy, some spring onion, and that's going to steam over our bed of jasmine rice.
Cool.
Okay, so really healthy, really well steamed. We're going to start with our fish, a whole sea bream.
She's beautiful.
She is absolutely fantastic, and you can see inside she's been gutted. Okay, and we've snipped off, just with a pair of scissors, the back sort of spine and these little fins. Okay,
she's a bit naked.
now we're just going to cut into it.
Yeah.
Okay, about inches across, like so, on both sides.
Why?
And that just helps the steam later on to get right into it and all those flavours that we're putting in it, okay? So through to the backbone, like that. If you haven't got one of these, you can recreate your own at home. Just with a pot, and we'll do exactly the same, rice in the bottom, then a colander, and then just put a piece of greaseproof paper in top.
Cool.
Okay, we've got the machines, that's what we're going to use. Still need the greaseproof paper. So we just put our fish on there. And then we're going to put all of our flavours with it. Okay, so chilli, if you can just put that into nice strips. And the same with ginger, if you can peel and cut that into sort of thin strips. And over this side, I'm going to slice a lime, like so. So we've got all our lime pieces. And I'm going to do the same with some garlic, just very simply crush that. And all of that papery peel falls off. I'm going to do some spring onions quickly. Give those a bit of a slice on the slant. Awesome. So now if we just move all of this to one side, so we can get our fishy back up here where we can work with it. Then what we want to do is scatter all of these flavours in it and around it. Okay, so over the top, a few inside. In the slots if you can, same with my garlic, spring onions, plenty of slices of lime. This is proper fresh, loads of flavour, which means you don't need any added fat.
So she's all dressed up now for a night out.
There you go, you said she was beautiful.
Yeah.
And there we go. So, what we need to do is lift it into our steamer and lay it down like so, just that top layer. And then there's still plenty of space around it to pack out our vegetable, which is our pak choy. Okay, so if you can just take off the bottom and then quarter those, like that. So you can see some of this got a little bit of soil and dirt in there, so all you need is some cold water and just give it a little bit of a rinse in there. And that'll also help the whole steaming process anyway. Plenty of water there as it steams, it gets hot.
There you go.
Lay that around the fish. And then the final thing to do is pop our lid on, but underneath, we can now cook our rice, okay? So I've got some jasmine rice, which I've just rinsed, okay? So you get rid of some of the starch. That can go in there, so we've got 1 ramekin's worth. And you want the same again of water. So 1 ramekin's worth and a bit, because it was bulbous, like that. Some salt into there, season it at this stage, put our fish on top, and that's it, all enclosed. At this point, we can just switch it on and leave it for about 10-15 minutes. It'll switch itself off when the rice is cooked, but if you're doing it in a pan, it's about 10 or 15 minutes over slow heat. Now, look at that, and more importantly, smell that. Final touches, bit of fresh coriander, some sesame oil and some soy. We're going to heat that up and dribble it over the fish just last minute.
Nice.
So plenty of that fresh coriander. And I'm going to lift it off and put some into the rice as well. All of those fishy juices and seasoning has dropped down into that rice. We've just mixed that coriander through, so it's beautifully light, fluffy, fragrant rice. And there we go, 2 parts to the dish. We finish it off with that final drizzle, our hot soy and sesame right over the fish. And there we go, our 1-pot steamed sea bream sorted.
It's gorgeous. It's amazing. There's so much flavour in that meat.